Team came out last week, first of three final games of the season. Especially in the first half, just wowed the crowd on homecoming. Cody Weinsheimer, three big touchdown passes. Added a couple of runs later on in the game. Talk about the momentum this team's playing with right now, heading into these last two games of the season.
Well, they've got some real solid momentum. With our schedule the way it was, we kind of anticipated that a little bit. It's a good chance for us to get healthy. But yeah, the guys came out really fired up on Friday. Wanted to make a statement just like every other week. But I think homecoming added a little bit to it. They got a larger crowd, and we talked about all week. Going into the week, we talked about fighting through the distractions and staying focused. And so when I told them earlier in the week, because homecoming's a thing that every high school goes through it. You're supposed to go through homecoming and participate in all those activities. There's no way I can go out there and tell them, stay focused on the game on Friday and not take part in anything that's going on during the week. So the only thing you got to understand is there's priorities. You got to prioritize what's going on. And the biggest piece of the whole puzzle for homecoming week was the game on Friday. So our goal going in was to make sure all the puzzle pieces start to fit and everything gets placed in, and we take care of business on Friday, which they did. And I think they were really focused on that goal going on through the week that it showed early on, very, very early in that game.
As the season starts to wind down, what are some things that you're seeing in this team that that make you smile? Some things that you expect them to play well. What are some things that they're doing right now that are that you're happy with as a coach?
Well, it's like all the little things that we talked about going into the season, senior leadership and that type of thing, and just leaders in general, good kids, not necessarily senior guys. We've got all classes up on our roster, and they're all doing extremely well, working together extremely well. They've been doing this, for years together through their Pop Warner days and through high school. So they're used to playing with each other. They have that connection with each other, the ups and downs, what's going on outside of football. They've got that all connected together, and real strong friendship and connection with those guys. So that's good to see. We talked about it going into the year. That was probably going to be one of our strengths, is the cohesiveness that the guys have together, and the little things play off of that. We had a play. This comes to mind. Talking about the little things. We had a play. Cody has a huge run on Friday, and Nate Shelton was originally the ball carrier. He pulls it from Nate, so Nate's not the ball carrier anymore. Continues his path, and as Cody's breaking free, a couple blocks here and there, Nate continues to run behind him and ends up taking out two guys in one block that springs him for a touchdown. And it's just little things like that. He could have very easily just given up, say, I don't have the ball, and nobody's tackling me yet. I'm just going to stand. I'm going to watch the run. But he followed him all the way down on that long run, and ended up blocking two guys on that play. It's just little things like that. Almost something like that happens on almost every play, and we've missed that recently, and it's helping us. And our schedule has kind of helped us get back on track a little bit, and see those things more and focus on those things more. And what do we do best? Focusing more on ourselves as opposed to worrying about what the opposition does. So it's helped us a lot, and it's just those little things. All those things add up.
You guys have now put 3 wins together in a row. You have Central Catholic this week over in Modesto. After the game we spoke, and you said, it's easy to be cliche and say it's just another game, this and that. But and your team knows, the ramifications behind this game. Maybe talk a little bit about how important this game is for the season.
Well, regardless of who it is, we're in a position where this is a championship game. The winner of this game is going to have a share of the title, and so we want to make sure we put things in that kind of perspective, as opposed to who we're playing, but more of what's at stake. It could be any other team in our league. It's still going to be a championship type game. We have to come in with that attitude. And when you play a team of the caliber of Central Catholic, you obviously have to come in that much more. So everything kind of just boils together, and this week is just one of those type of weeks where you couldn't ask for anything more. You're on the road, so you got to deal with some adversity. You got championship opportunity here, which we haven't had in a while. You know, an actual championship we haven't had since '95. The last time Patterson's beaten Central Catholic, it was 18 years ago, you know, '91. So you're talking about majority of our team, if not all of it, weren't even born yet. And so big ramifications for this game. And, you know, like I said before, what we've been doing recently is focusing more on ourselves as opposed to our opposition. We're still going to continue with that. You know, what do we do really well? There's no reason why we've gotten to the point where we're at now to abort anything that we've been doing and try all this new fancy stuff, because you know, that's not who we are. And so we're going to focus on ourselves quite a bit and treat it like any other game, except for the fact that, you know, it's a championship game. You know, so it kicks up another level, and you know, it's a good opportunity for our kids and in our community. So we're looking forward to it.
What type of football do the Raiders play? Maybe talk a little about, you know, what you expect to see on offense and on defense, you know, this Friday.
Well, they're very balanced. I will say that right now. They've got a great offensive line, defensive line. They got some good size. Dylan Schwartz at quarterback for them. Kicks their passing game up a notch. And they've got solid line play and some solid running backs. So that's going to be the balancing act for us on defense, is to, you know, try to put ourselves in the best case scenario on any given play, but, you know, limiting their ability to keep us off track. You know, they're like I said, they're balanced. They will come out and they have a great passing game and that run game. So we want to make sure we're not caught off guard and we're in a good position. Defensively, they play solid defense, you know, designed to stop the run. I like our running game right now. I think, you know, it'll be a good test for us. Obviously, you know, across the board, it's going to be a good test for us. But, you know, our goal, just like if they want to come out and keep us off balance, we're going to try and do the same. And you know, make it a game of, you know, big plays here and there. Not trying to survive on the big play, but the team that has the most big plays is probably going to come out with the winner on this one. We're confident in everything that we do. Our kids are confident. You know, they're believing what they want to do. So we're expecting a good one.